Amid the surge of manipulative content and false symbols from other ships, one genuine moment emerged, pure, quiet, and accidentally captured, that once again proves the closeness between Jimin and Jungkook is not just fanservice. Today, we're diving deep into the drama, BTS's own clarification, and even rare footage from Switzerland that has shaken the fandom once again. This isn't a theory. This isn't wishful thinking. This is reality. And that reality is Jikook. Welcome back to Jikook Moment, the place where truth speaks through the little moments that can't be faked. Army, get ready. The BTS fandom world is once again shaken by a drama that not only tugs at emotions, but also opens our eyes to just how strong the bond between the members truly is, especially Jimin and Jungkook, and how creative some people can be in twisting the truth. Over the past few days, several fan accounts from the other ship suddenly began flooding the internet with content meant to sway public opinion. From Taekook keychain posts to travel event claims that were supposedly symbolically confirmed. These gimmicks are nothing more than desperate attempts to survive in a storm of reality that's getting harder and harder to deny. The chemistry and closeness between Jimin and Jungkook are becoming more real and undeniable than ever before. One of the most striking incidents involved a Korean doll-making account that posted about a keychain featuring Tae and Jungkook. It didn't take long before the post was met with backlash from netizens, especially armies who refused to fall into fan-made delusions. The post was deleted without explanation, but its digital trace was enough to fuel heated debates. And it didn't stop there. Supporters of this particular ship narrative went on to interpret a photo of Tae's white plushie as a secret symbol of their relationship. Some even confidently claimed it was a code for a private trip, an imaginative version of reality built entirely by their own expectations. But reality says otherwise. BTS live clarification: Bon Voyage is for all members. Let's set things straight. In BTS's latest live broadcast, a conversation about travel content came up, and the answers were loud and clear. RM, what variety show do you want to do? AV, yo, Bon Voyage. Jimin, Bon Voyage. Jungkook, that's our own content. All the members said the same thing. No specific two members were mentioned. No secret scenario. No Taekook voyage. What exists is a genuine desire from all 7 members to travel again, together, as a family. So when certain parties cut that clip and use it to craft a narrative like, those two are going on a private trip, what we're seeing is blatant manipulation of actual evidence. One viral video showed a brief moment where it seemed like Jungkook was pulling V's hand away from Jimin's shoulder. In that frame, it looked like a physical interaction used to suggest jealousy. But when examined from another camera angle, what really happened was a natural moment. Jungkook, who was standing behind, was simply talking to Suga and pointing sideways. There was no hand pulling, no drama, just an illusion created by a narrow frame. But when interpretation replaces truth, even a simple clip can become a weapon. And that's exactly what happened here. Yet in the midst of the drama and distortion, one moment melted everything away. A moment captured with no script, no gimmicks, and no intention of going public. An Indonesian fan accidentally filmed Jimin and Jungkook on a boat ride between Spies and Interlaken, Switzerland. Yes, Switzerland once again becomes the romantic backdrop that so often witnesses their togetherness. In that short but meaningful video, Jungkook is seen bringing food and sitting directly beside Jimin, who had been sitting alone. He then quietly takes a candid photo of Jimin with a film camera, chuckles, and makes sure his friend eats well. The fan who captured the moment said, "I only saw Jimin at first. He was sitting peacefully facing the lake." A few minutes later, Jungkook came carrying 2 plates of food. He immediately sat beside Jimin, placed the food down, then picked up his camera and took a photo from the side. They didn't know they were being recorded. Soon after, their staff requested that all photos and videos be deleted as the trip was meant to be private. But as often happens in the digital age, even one small recording is enough to shake the entire fandom. This moment is proof that their closeness is not fan service. There was no stage, no camera crew, just the two of them, enjoying time together in a peaceful, beautiful place. If that's not intimacy, then what is? Are you sure? A new season? Seeing the Swiss setting, the film camera, and the deeply caring interaction between them, many now believe this could be the start of a new personal project. A fresh version of Are You Sure?, the legendary Jikook series that once rocked the fandom. Now that Jungkook owns his own production company, with his editing skills and perfectionism, there's every chance he might produce or even edit this project himself. A travel documentary filled with depth, reflection, and quietly meaningful moments. Speaking of Jungkook, eagle-eyed fans also noticed something different at J-Hope's concert. He wore a new gold in-ear monitor, IM. The design looked elegant, exclusive, and unlike any of his usual ones. Was this a sign of a solo tour? Speculation quickly spread, but Jungkook calmly said in a live stream that he's still focused on group album recording. Still, fans believe something is secretly in the works. Possibly not just for music, but for a more artistic visual project. Fandom is a colorful world, full of love, support, and yes, fantasy. But when fantasy becomes a weapon to attack other fandoms, to shape false realities, and to belittle members just to keep a narrative alive, that's where we draw the line. Truth doesn't need exaggeration. It just needs to be told as it is. Jimin and Jungkook may never make a public declaration, but their presence, how they treat each other, and how they look out for one another behind the scenes, all of that speaks louder than words. And to those who twist reality for their personal agenda, believe this, ARMY isn't that easily fooled. Because in the end, what's real will always shine. And Jikook? They don't need fake narratives. They already are the most beautiful story. In the face of every attempt to create a rival narrative, one thing remains unchanged. Jimin and Jungkook's closeness keeps growing, quietly, but never hidden. They don't need grand declarations. They don't need manipulative stories. Because what they have is strong enough to speak for itself. So to those of you who believe in a bond that can't be faked, thank you for watching and being part of a community that chooses fact over fantasy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you won't miss the next Jikook moments we'll uncover together. And remember, what's real will always shine. See you in the next video. Jikook Moment, signing out.